These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. Hoping to get one over on our quiz champions today are Hippos Hippocampus from Kent. Team captain John has enlisted the help of his quizziest friends in an effort to defeat the Eggheads. Let's meet them.
Hello, my name's John and I'm a ghost tour guide.
Hello, my name is Andrew and I'm manager of a punting company.
Hello, I'm Zoe and I'm a retired NHS dentist.
Hello, my name's John and I'm managing director of a hygiene service provider.
Hello, my name's David and I'm an ex-customs officer.
So, John and team, hello.
Hello.
Great to see you. Thank you for coming. And tell us what brings you all together, John.
Well, I've gathered my best quizzers' minds together to hopefully crack a few eggheads.
And Hippos Hippocampus, tell us about the team name, John.
Well, I came up with the name because at school I was called, well, my surname's Hipsley, and they called me Hippo as my nickname, and the hippocampus being the part of the brain that contains memories, so I thought together, Hippos Hippocampus.
Are you a quizzer?
I am.
Good. Oh, fantastic. Anyone else a quizzer here? Yep. Right. Yeah. Suddenly the Eggheads are all excited because they love to meet real quizzers. And you have a very interesting job, John, because you are the director of Canterbury Ghost Tours.
That's correct.
And do you go take people on tours around Canterbury, is that right?
That's right, around the old city.
OK, and you point out ghosts, or they probably fly away just in the nick of time?
They're never usually very reliable ghosts.
Well, I know these can seem a bit ghostly, certainly a bit frightening sometimes, these Eggheads. Good luck spooking them.
I hope the spirits are with us.
I love the bow tie, by the way.
Thanks, sir.
Good luck, team. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our challengers. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, that prize money rolls over to our next show. So, Hippos Hippocampus, the Eggheads have won the last 3 games. They're getting, it's not so much a roll as a trot at the moment, but it may break into a gallop. Who knows? You've got to stop them. There's £4,000 if you do. Would you like to try and win it?
Yes.
I thought so. The first head-to-head battle is on the subject of politics. And you can have either Judith, Kevin, Pat, Steve or Lisa. Politics.
Right.
Who wants to do politics?
John?
Zoe, what do you reckon?
No, I'm no good at politics.
Is it me, doesn't it?
That's you.
I think you...
I'll take politics.
Oh,
then.
John, you've looked for a volunteer and they volunteered you. So, who would you like?
Lisa?
Yeah.
Lisa? Yeah.
Lisa, yes. If I
OK,
may,
we're going to
please,
choose Lisa, if you may.
Yep, she has her moments, don't you?
Hippo, hippo, hooray.
John from Hippos Hippocampus versus Lisa from the Eggheads on politics. And just to ensure there's no conferring, would you please take your positions for the first time in our legendary question room? On politics, John, your choice. Would you like to go first or second?
I'll go first, please, Jeremy.
Good luck against Lisa. From 1983 to 2007, Tony Blair served as MP for which constituency? Is it Sedgefield, Finchley or Huntingdon?
Well, Finchley, I seem to recall, was a pretty safe Tory seat. Huntingdon, a bit of a funny old seat, so I'm going to go Sedgefield.
Sedgefield's right. Finchley was Mrs T, Huntingdon was John Major. Sedgefield was Tony Blair. Lisa, your question. In which century was Spencer Perceval assassinated while serving as UK Prime Minister? Was this 17th, 18th or 19th?
I've got 1820-something in my head. I've been going through my Prime Ministers. My dates are notoriously bad. But I think it's the 19th.
19th is absolutely right. And Kevin, you know the date here?
1812.
1812.
Bother.
Was he shot? Is that my imagination?
Shot, yes.
Yeah, because famously he shouted out, "I am shot, I am shot," and it was said to be the only time a politician had told the truth. OK, John, your question. Which city is home to a parliament called the Knesset? Helsinki, Jerusalem or Cairo?
Well, it's not Cairo, and it's certainly not Helsinki. I think we're going to have to go for Jerusalem.
Bang on, Jerusalem it is. Lisa, over to you. In 2004, Robert Kilroy Silk was elected as the MEP for the East Midlands. For which party? Is this Green, UKIP or Liberal?
Was it a very early incarnation of UKIP? I don't think it's Green. And I don't think it's Liberal either. Yeah, okay. I'll try UKIP.
UKIP is correct. Third question for you, John. Which of these is thought to have hastened the death of the two-time UK Prime Minister Robert Peel in 1850? He fell off his horse, he was stung by a wasp, or he overheated in the bath?
Phew, that's kind of a tough little one, isn't it? I think it's unlikely going to be stung by a wasp, although he's going to have anaphylactic shock. Overheating in the bath seems pretty unlikely because they didn't bathe very often then at all, so I'm going to go for that he fell off his horse.
Yeah, you've got 3 out of 3 right. Well done, John. He fell off his horse. He did indeed. The hippocampus is working well there. Okay, Lisa, what was the maiden name of Clementine, who married Winston Churchill in 1908? Holland, Harrington, or Hosier?
I thought, I'll know that when it comes up. I don't. I wonder. I sort of like Harrington, but you know, I've nothing concrete to base this on. It's very awkward. I'm fairly sure she was a connected lady, and I just forget to whom she was actually connected. I don't know. Harrington.
Harrington. Let's see, Judith, do you know?
Hosier.
Hosier is the right answer. Lisa, so sorry. You've fallen behind there. You've been knocked out. Well done. The challengers have taken a scalp. John, you're in the final. Come back to us. We'll play on. So, good start for Hippos Hippocampus. They've not lost any brains from the final round. The Eggheads have lost Lisa. The next subject is music. Who would like music?
Right, come on, Gene.
You, isn't it, Zoe?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You was
Yeah, right, Zoe.
I'll do music, Jeremy.
Okay,
Zoe.
good stuff. Who would you like to play? Obviously can't be Lisa.
Can I play Judith, please?
You may indeed. Zoe from Hippos Hippocampus takes on Judith from the Eggheads. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. So Zoe, golf is your great passion.
Absolutely, I really love it. I've played 51 years, and in all that time, I've tried to have a hole in one, and every time I stand on the par 3, I think, this is it. And it never happens. But I just enjoy the companionship and the friendship. It's just good fun.
But I know from friends who play that it's quite a time-consuming thing, isn't it?
It can be, yes. And it's good that John R., he plays golf as well, my husband. And so it's something that we can do together. So that's good.
Would you like to go first or second on music, Zoe?
I'd like to go first, please, Jeremy.
So here we go, Zoe. Good luck. I hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world, is a repeated line from which Elton John's song? Is it your song, Rocket Man, or Crocodile Rock?
Well, Elton John, whilst he was doing this album, is one of my favourite singers. And it's from your song.
It is. It's so beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, Judith. Let's see if we can get some music knowledge. Dredge some. In 1987, Letter from America became the first UK top 10 single for which duo? Is this Erasure, The Proclaimers, or Eurythmics?
I don't know. The Proclaimers. Is it?
Yeah, totally.
Oh, thank
You're right,
goodness
The
for that.
Proclaimers. All right, so she got it right, which is very annoying, Zoe, but that's the way it goes. Your second question. Which of these found fame as the lead singer of the group Bay City Rollers? Roy Wood, Dave Bartram, or Les McCune?
Well, it definitely wasn't Roy Wood, because he was with Wizard. Now, the Bay City Rollers, I think it's Dave Bartram, but I may be wrong.
Ah, no, it is Les McCune.
Oh, Dave.
Let's just think, where's Dave Bartram? Any Eggheads know?
Shawaddy Waddy.
Shawaddy Waddy was Dave Bartram.
Ah, right, yeah.
He was the main singer, wasn't he? All right, so Judith has a chance to take the lead. In 2002, Javine Hilton just missed out on joining which girl group? Sugar Babes, Atomic Kitten, or Girls Aloud?
No idea. Girls Aloud.
Girls Aloud is right. I don't know how you're doing this. That's uncanny. Somewhere there's...
That was the magic right.
So she's in the lead, Zoe. You need to get this one right to stay in.
Yes.
In the work Peter and the Wolf by Sergei Prokofiev, which instrument represents the duck? Oboe, French horn, or glockenspiel?
That is an interesting question. The duck. Ducks would presumably do a bit of a quacky sound, but they're also a bit waddly. I don't think it's the oboe. I can imagine the duck waddling, so I'm going to say the glockenspiel.
I completely understand that it's the sort of motion on the glockenspiel could be the duck's waddle. This is, I think, more about the sound.
Right.
And the oboe is the answer.
The oboe's the answer. The first one I excluded. Never mind.
Yeah, don't you worry. It's early days still. Judith, you've gone through on music.
I shouldn't have done, is all I can say.
So, well, I won't disagree with you there. Zoe beaten by our egghead and as a result not in the final. Please come back to us, both of you. We'll play round 3. What about that? As it stands, Hippos Hippocampus have lost a brain from the final round. The Eggheads have lost one as well. Very evenly matched, isn't it? The next subject is food and drink. Now, who's the food and drink person?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
You're history. I'll take that.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'll take that, Jeremy, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
John, Managing Director of a hygiene and service provider, against which Egghead? It can't be Lisa or Judith.
I'd like to take Kevin, please.
All right. You've been watching the show carefully, I can tell. John from Hippos Hippocampus is taking on Kevin from the Eggheads. Food and drink, not his favourite subject. Yeah. To ensure there's no conferring, please take your positions. Well, they're still picking you for food and drink, Kevin.
Yeah, although funnily enough, it is a little while since I've done one, I think.
And we used to joke that you had a house with no kitchen, but I know you've now moved into a new house. Is there a kitchen in that one?
Well, a flat, yeah, there's a kitchenette.
Right.
Yes.
And any sight of an oven in there, or?
There is an oven, yes.
Has it been opened yet?
I've opened it to look inside, yes.
So, have you cooked anything in your oven yet, is what I'm really asking.
I haven't cooked anything in my oven there. It is in use. It's in use as a handy surface on which to stack magazines.
OK. Would you like to go first or second, John?
I'd like to take the first questions, please, Jeremy.
So here we go. Food and drink, John. The soup borscht, usually made with beetroot, is a speciality from which area of the world? Is it Southeast Asia, Eastern Europe, or Central America?
OK, well, I don't believe that it'll be Central America, nor do I believe that it'll be Southeast Asia, so my answer would be Eastern Europe.
Eastern Europe is the right answer. Well done, John. Kevin, your question. Falafel are usually served in what type of bread? Focaccia, ciabatta, or pitta?
Well, pitta is a more Mediterranean type of bread generally. Focaccia and ciabatta are more specifically Italian. And falafel is, well, thought of as a Middle Eastern dish, so I will say pitta.
Pitta is quite right. Back to you, John. Which of these is a vital ingredient for a béarnaise sauce? Egg yolk, red wine, or beef stock?
OK, well, that's probably one of the very few sauces that I've never made, but I've made lots of beef stock and I've done lots of red wine sauce, so I would believe that it's a yellow sauce which is made with egg yolk.
Absolutely right. Well done. Good quizzing. Egg yolk is right. Elimination always a good way. Kevin, your question. Lapsang souchong is categorized as being a type of what color tea? Black, green, or white?
It's not white. I hope I'm not going wrong here. I believe that would be categorised as black.
Yes, nice. Black is right. So level. John, the third question could be crucial. Here we go. The Yorkshire village of Denby Dale is particularly famous for making giant what? Bread rolls, pies, or donuts?
I have no logic to this really, but I believe that the only thing that could be giant would be the donuts.
Donuts. I'm just thinking whether I might have been there. Denby Dale. Anyone been?
Junction
been there?
39 of the M1. It's only down the road from me, and I've never heard this.
You haven't heard this? You don't know what it would be?
Amazing.
Pat, do you know?
They make giant pies. It's sort of like every 20 years or 30 years they have almost a festival.
Oh, do they roll them down a hill?
No, I think they just make big pies.
Pies is the answer, John. Pat confirms that they make very large ones. I didn't ask him whether he's ever had one. OK. Kevin, your question. You can take the round with this. What type of vegetable is a Kelvedon marvel? Is it turnip, Brussels sprout, or runner bean?
Kelvedon.
Yes, exactly. Marvel, M-A-R-V-E-L.
Because there are a few things called Kelvedon, I believe. And I must admit, I was expecting P to come up there. That's a bit unfortunate. So I don't think it would be a turnip. I suppose it could be be either of the others, because the logic of naming is not always obvious. I think, however, on the basis that I was expecting to see a legume come up there by way of a P, I think I would probably have to go for runner bean here, on the basis that that's another legume. But it's a sort of logic, but it could be a Brussels sprout. So I really don't think it's a turnip. I will go for runner bean.
Runner bean is your answer. I suppose it's as near to your P as you've got an option for.
Well, that's the logic basically, but it doesn't. So naming conventions are not always straightforward.
The answer is runner bean. Well done, Kevin, on food and drink. You've taken the round. John, sorry, he's played well.
Yes.
He does play well in almost every round. You were beaten by our egghead, and as a result, will not be in the final round. So come back to us. We've got one more round before the final. So as it stands, Hippos Hippocampus have lost 2 brains from the final round, while the Eggheads have lost just the 1. Time to level it up, maybe, team. The next subject for you is arts and books. So, who would like this?
David? I'll take it then.
Yep.
I'll sacrifice
Okay.
myself.
David, yeah.
David, our ex-customs officer, against either Steve or Pat.
Steve or Pat?
Steve or Pat, Dave?
It's one of my ambitions to take on Pat, please.
Right.
There you go, right.
Is the other ambition to take on Steve? David from Hippos Hippocampus is going to fulfill an ambition to go into the booth now with Pat. To ensure there's no conferring, please now take your positions. Arts and books. Do you want to go first or second, David?
I'll go first, please, Jeremy.
David, good luck. Here's your first question. Which Harry Potter book comes between the Order of the Phoenix and the Deathly Hallows? Is it The Goblet of Fire, The Prisoner of Azkaban, or The Half-Blood Prince?
I really don't know this one. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. I think I'm going to go for The Goblet of Fire, please, Jeremy.
Now, I'm not particularly, my kids are, and I know that it comes up an awful lot. Pat, can you tell us the answer here?
Well, the Deathly Hallows, I think, is the last of the books, and I think it was preceded by the Half-Blood Prince.
Yeah, the answer is The Half-Blood Prince, David. So Pat has the chance to take an early lead. L'Ultima Cena is another name for which famous painting? Pat, is it The Last Supper, Guernica, or The Night Watch?
Well, the Night Watch has an alternative name to do with the company of, is it Corporal Banning Hawk or something? Guernica, I'm not sure it has an alternative name, but this sounds good for The Last Supper, so I'll go for The Last Supper.
Yes, The Last Supper is right. David, back to you. Which of these is the title of a famous painting by George Stubbs that is on display in the National Gallery? David, is it Drowning Girl, Arrangement in Grey and Black No. 1, or Whistle Jacket?
I really don't know this. I know that Stubbs, I think he was mostly painting to do with horse racing or horses. Yes, I think I'm going to go for Whistle Jacket, please, Jeremy.
Oh, well, let me ask your teammates, is he right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely right, well done. And the logic was brilliant there, because it is that jumping horse, isn't it? And
It sounds like horses.
Yeah. It's one each. We go to you, Pat. The first editions of Jane Austen's novels Sense and Sensibility were published anonymously, with what appearing on the cover page where the author's name would normally be? Was it by Anon, by a lady, or by a writer?
I have a preference for by a lady. I'm just thinking it over. Well, strange how, Walter Scott, his early books were all published without using his name, and Jane Austen did the same. I think they were by a lady.
Indeed, yes. She wasn't trying to hide the fact that she was female, Pat, here. She was just, for some reason, not giving her name. Is that right?
Yeah, it's to do partly with the gentility and this sort of thing. What do you do? What's a respectable profession? And her tomb in Winchester Cathedral, her original tomb, doesn't even mention the fact that she was a writer. And that had to be remedied sometime later and another plaque put up by people who appreciate her work.
Really? Really? How amazing. Okay, he's ahead, and it means, David, you need to get this one right.
Yeah.
Childe Harold's Pilgrimage is a poem by which writer? And child is spelt Childe. Is this Byron, Coleridge, or Shelley?
Okay, I don't think there's much of a clue in the question there. I really don't know this. I'm going to say Byron, Jeremy.
Big sigh of relief from Andrew. Is he right? Andrew is smiling. Byron is the right answer. You're still in it. Well done, David. Now let's see what Pat can do now. Pat gets this right, he's in the final. What is the surname of Susanna, the cousin of Jude, in Thomas Hardy's novel, Jude the Obscure? Is Susanna Templeman, Yeobright, or Bridehead?
No, this is tricky. Who was Clem Yeobright? Or am I imagining him? Have I just made him up? I think I may have made him up. And yes, I think he might be a Hardy character, so is that enough reason to attach the surname to Susanna? I think I'll do that. It's not very convincing logic at all. So I'll go for Yeobright.
Yeobright is your answer. Any eggs now?
Brighthead.
Brighthead, says Kevin, and he's right. Brighthead is the answer. You got it wrong. Scores level after 3 questions. How about that, David?
Well,
you can now say you've taken Pat to sudden death. Even better. Another ambition fulfilled. And it gets a little bit harder here, David, because I don't give you alternative options,
I
okay?
understand, yeah.
Which fictional bear came to be resented by the illustrator E.H. Shepard, who called him that silly old bear?
The only bears I can think of are Rupert Bear, or perhaps Paddington. And something in the back of my mind is saying Paddington, but there's really nothing more to it than that. But I'm going to say Paddington, Jeremy.
Ah, but there's a bear you missed out, Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh is the answer, and I think he felt that his work on those books overshadowed all of his other work. Pat, you can take the round with this question. Louis de Bernier's novel, Captain Corelli's Mandolin, is set on which island?
Well, it's definitely a Greek island. It's over in the Ionians. We've got Corfu and we've got Kefalonia. I think it's Kefalonia.
Kefalonia is the correct answer. That's the trouble. Give him a bit of daylight, David. Yeah. But there we are. I hope you enjoyed that.
I did.
It's great to have someone come in who wants to take on an egghead face to face. Pat has won through. He will be in the final. And if you both return to us, we will play that final round. So this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round. As always, general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So Zoe, John R. and David from Hippo's Hippocampus, but also Lisa from the Eggheads, would you please now leave the studio? Well, here we are. John and Andrew, you are playing to win Hippo's Hippocampus, £4,000. Steve, Pat, Kevin and Judith, you're playing for something that money can't buy, which is the Eggheads' reputation. As usual, I will ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time, they are all general knowledge. You can confer. So, John and Andrew, the question is, are your 2 hippocampi able to take down these 4, who look a bit too confident for my liking? I think you can do it. Yeah. Do you want to go first or second?
Shall we go first?
Let's go first.
We'll go first. We'll get it over with.
OK, Andrew and John, good luck. Here we go. In the popular saying about magpies that begins 1 for sorrow, what do 5 magpies signify? Silver, strife, or success?
It's 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy, 5 for silver, 6 for gold, 7 for a secret never to be told. Yeah. So that makes it silver.
Yeah, wasn't that a 70s TV show, wasn't it?
I believe there was one, yes. So silver is the answer.
Yeah.
Silver is the answer, you're right. Yes, it was the show called Magpie that drummed it into us. What? 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy, 3 for a girl, 4 for a boy. Who presented that, Eggs?
Susan Stranks ran it, wasn't she?
Susan Stranks. OK, kids, your question. Which Latin phrase means time flies? Is this tabula rasa, terra firma, or tempus fugit?
Tempus fugit.
Yeah, all happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah. I think somebody in Coronation Street used to say it a lot, but it's tempus fugit.
Tempus fugit is correct. One each. Back to you, challengers. What is the only country in mainland South America to have English as an official language? Argentina, Guyana, or Colombia?
Well, it's Guyana because that was a British colony.
Yeah. Guyana.
Guyana. Sorry, Guyana rather than Guyana.
Guyana is quite right. Throw me whether I say Guyana or Guyana. I think I would say Guyana.
I think it's
I
Guyana.
think you could say either. 2 to the challengers, 1 to the Eggheads. Eggheads, your question. Nico Rosberg won the 2016 Formula One Drivers' Championship with which team? Is it Ferrari, Red Bull Racing, or Mercedes?
Mercedes.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
I think we're all pretty happy that with Mercedes, Jeremy.
Mercedes is correct. They're playing with a slightly too sure-footed way for my liking here, but they can come unstuck, I promise, challengers. Your third question in the final round, £4,000 on the table. What was the first name of the American librarian Dewey, who formulated the Dewey Decimal System? Was he Theodore, Melville, or Victor?
I have no idea on this one. I just know him as Dewey Decimal.
Yeah, Dewey Decimal. What period did he live? It was of 1850s sort of period. Is he?
I don't know. It's going to have to be a plump for whichever one. So Theodore Dewey, Melville Dewey, Victor Dewey.
Melville Dewey sounds about right, doesn't it? TJ?
I'm tempted by Victor.
Victor? Yeah. I'll go with you.
Okay, well, purely a plump, we'll try Victor.
Okay. We had a little bit of Melville going on there, did we, for a moment? John, did you
Can we
say?
change our answer?
No, I just wanted to just get the trail. What was it, Eggheads?
Melville.
Melville
Melville.
Dewey
Wow.
was the answer.
Yep. Sorry.
Came close. Well,
2 out of 3. Very hard to guess that one. Eggheads, with this, you can take the contest. In classical mythology, who captured the man-eating horses of King Diomedes of the Bistones? Was it Heracles, Perseus, or Theseus?
Heracles is one of his labours.
Yeah.
One of his 12 labours.
Yeah.
Capturing the man-eating mares of Diomedes.
Yeah. Judy, you happy with that?
Yes.
Yeah. We think it was one of the labours of Heracles, Jeremy, so that's his answer.
It was a labour of Heracles to capture the man-eating horses of King Diomedes. The correct answer, Eggheads, is Heracles. We say congratulations, you have won. Did you know that last one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a labour of Heracles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about
Always
the
said go with the first
decimals.
answer.
The way it
you know,
goes,
don't
yeah.
they?
Good old is Melville Dewey well known in the quiz world?
Not in my world.
Yeah, I think it's
It comes
probably,
up a lot, doesn't
it's
it?
probably fair to say that he does, yes. You would think so, yeah.
Yeah, old Melville. Commiserations, hippos, hippocampus, that's a shame.
Came close, wasn't it?
Well, I think you are clearly quizzers, there's no doubt about that, we can tell that. The Eggheads have done what comes naturally to them. Here you are, reigning supreme over Quizland. We can say now it is officially a run that you're on. It does mean the challengers won't be going home with the £4,000. The money rolls over to the next show. Eggheads, well done. Who will beat you? Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. There's going to be £5,000 for them to play for. Until we quiz again, goodbye.